So, the insane mother-in-law story or saga with Stabra, it's not over yet. I'm coming at you today with a complete part 2 that has 7 entire updates. Guys, I hope you're having a great day. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you want to see part 1, you can check it out in the description below or the pinned comment. Let's get right into it. Stabra is out. I'm assuming stepfather-in-law paid it off and has contacted my lawyer via email. I wish I could transcribe the whole thing because holy hell. Shortened and rephrased version because it's 5 paragraphs of rambling and has too much identifying info in many areas that just made no sense. Lawyer. I am Stabra's throwaway stabbed mother-in-law. I understand she sent a cease and desist letter through your office and will not be contacting her and would like to relay a message for me, if all possible, within legal bounds. I was informed my husband contacted throwaway stabbed mother-in-law about my legal run-in and would like to inform her if it will not happen again. He was not acting on my behalf and I never asked him to press her for money. I apologize for his behavior. Also, we will not be pursuing legally mandated visitation with little one at this time. Many threats were thrown around while I was angry about the situation, and I revoke them now. I do, however, feel it's best for little one to know both his mother and father's family, and as such, I'm asking to be considered in any future custody arrangements with soon-to-be X. Should soon-to-be X be cleared of his case on his date upcoming soon. He does not plan to make your throwaway stabbed mother-in-law's life harder than it needs to be, and wishes for this to all place favorably for all involved, and fully benefit little one. Soon-to-be X would like to revoke his claim that he wants little contact with little one, and would like to offer a 50-50 split, with me having little involvement but not fully banished from little one's life, as he'll need childcare during soon-to-be X's working hours, and daycare may not be suitable for a child going through a divorce. Let us know if Throwaway accepts the offers and tell her I'm open to keeping little one anytime. Thanks, Stabra. So, she did not go through her lawyer like the C&D asked her to. She also tried to speak for my soon-to-be X, whose lawyer claims that he does not want little one. As of this morning, so whatever. Keep talking, Stabra. Update number 1. Well, X's court date happened. My mother, Aunt Stabra, and I were all required to appear as witnesses. We all told the same story, the truth, that X forced his way in. Stabra claimed she could not see if he did or did not, but based upon the state of the house when she entered to get little one's stuff, she knew he did something stupid, but hoped it wasn't too bad and they'd just be able to leave without the cops. My mom rolled her eyes and gave me the look when she said that. The prosecutor asked Stabra why she decided to just start gathering little one's things and not see if everyone was okay. To which she responded that she did not want to be involved, and was just panicking because she saw some things knocked over and hard yelling. She just wanted to get little one and get out. She also basically admitted, under oath, that she planned on grabbing little one and leaving, with or without X. X's lawyer tried to paint me as the aggressor, because I shoved him away from the room where mom had little one, but the judge did not buy it, and asked him what I should have done given my ex was kicking the door and had knocked over my aunt, hurting her. In general, the lawyer did a really bad job. He tried to point fingers at literally everyone else, even though X's own statement admitted it was his fault. X said very little and apologized to us all. Nothing was resolved at the court date, and there's another one set for several months from now. But X's lawyer did express that he was going to give it a try to get the date moved. General idea is that he could face 1 to 5 years, likely on the lower end or even potentially walk free. Stabra approached us all when we were leaving the court. I was simmering because, well, I really wanted a definitive verdict. Unrealistic, I know. And her statement made me mad. She walked up to my mom, bypassing me but also blocking me in from getting to the car, and started playing 20 questions about little one. Mom did not take the bait, told her to mind her own family and stay the heck out of ours, then hopped in my passenger seat. I got my aunt into the back seat and walked around. Stabra asked me a dumb question about whose car I'm driving. I'm officially my aunt's tenant, so I have stability and wanted to erase all ties to X. So I got a new-to-me used car, for cheap from a friend. I ignored her and walked around to the front to get in. She walked quickly around and stood in the front of the door so I could not open it, and asked again, whose car am I driving? I said it's mine. She asked how, and I told her to leave me alone. She did not move. My mom hopped out and waved down an officer. She saw the cop and left. She later emailed my lawyer asking for a copy of my current expenses so she can have it for the record. For X for child support reasons. Well, my lawyer declined, but said she asked for my car price, rent, bills, estimated money spent on food, clothes, and school, and also the stuff for little one. And a couple other things. We filed it in the stack of weirdness that we have as evidence that she's bonkers. Since then, it's been radio silent, not a peep. Hopefully, it stays that way. Sorry if this is vague and disjointed. I'll post a more detailed account once all this is over, but my sister said I should at least update you guys so you know we're all okay. Little one is doing really well. He's going to Montessori school setup per his therapist recommendation, and it's really helping. He brings me little trinkets and crafts and is really loving it all. My aunt also got him a mini trampoline for the house, so he's pretty spoiled again already. Thanks guys for listening. Update number 2. I did not think I'd be back so soon, but I thought you guys would want to hear about this morning. My mom's so mad that she almost drove to Stabra's house. My mom decided to do a big Thanksgiving party at my aunt's house and invite everyone to see little one since we had not attended one of our family's events in a few years. Stabra hogged holidays. Mom officially transferred from her official site to one closer to aunt's house so that she can see little one more and help with him. She could not come to our house often due to Stabra, so when she got a transfer opportunity, she took it. This is a whole other story I'll have to post one day. Earlier this month, we planned to have a few of her new work friends come by. Aunt is still experiencing some hip and back pain, so she had a mom stay home and sent me to the store to grab some things this morning, since we were super unprepared for that many guests. Mom offered to keep little one, but he begged to go with me. He just wanted to buy ornaments and musical stuff because he's a Christmas fiend. At the Christmas decoration, so I brought him along. We got all of our items and headed down to the Christmas aisle. Little one was riding in the grocery area of the cart because the store was packed with people, and I did not feel great about letting him walk in the literal shoulder-to-shoulder crowd. He picked an ornament near the top of the shelf, so I looked for someone to get it down. I'm too short for that. I had my back turned for less than 2 minutes when I heard little one shriek, "Stabra!" and started trying to climb out of the cart. I grabbed him and started to ditch the cart and walk away, but she's already noticed us and came running as fast as her little ham-shaped legs could take her. Because, well, I'm in an extra bad mood right now, let me paint a picture of Stabra before we continue. Imagine a discarded tampon, and you're pretty close. She was wearing a red flowy long dress with a handkerchief hemline and white granny sandals with a long silver sparkly cardigan that almost touched the floor. Her hair is white blonde and cut like a mushroom cap around her face. She's short and plump, tomato-esque in that moment, if you will, a tampon tomato-esque. So, she comes running up and holds her arms out to little one, who, being a now 4-year-old, reaches back. I pulled him back and told her to get the heck away from us. She tried to reach around me to talk to little one, going on about her big Thanksgiving tomorrow with turkey. She bought little one presents for ducking Thanksgiving and said the turkey from the dinner left them before being cooked. Little one asked if we could go and I said no, to which he whined. I repeated that Stabra needed to leave us alone now and that I was grabbing my cart and leaving. Stabra threw the things in her arms into my cart and squared up like she was going to swing at me. 1-2 biscuit. I yanked my cart back and turned to leave, and this ducking lunatic bellows, "You stupid witch." The entire area went silent and I froze in my tracks because holy crap! Stabra keeps screaming, yelling that I cannot take little one from the only family he's ever known, and that I ruined all holidays forever. I stood there like an idiot, deer in the headlights through all of it. Everyone was staring, and I had no clue what to freaking do. Stabra screamed at little one, and she was so sorry. He was caught in mommy's little games. He was crying already, so I yanked him away from the area and started walking away, shaking like a leaf in autumn. And she screamed after us, little one, come here, sweetie. Nana's sorry. Little one, look, little one." Trying to get his attention, but his face was buried in my neck. A manager came out and asked what the heck was going on, and I explained. He made Stabra leave the store, then personally checked on us to escort us to the car. Stabra was sitting in the parking lot and made an obvious effort to record us or take photos with her phone. When I was leaving, the manager walked over to her car as I pointed her out and was chewing her out. She was screeching and flapping her hands around everywhere like a jerk. I cried when I got home, and it spooked little one pretty badly because now he's clinging to my side. He's sleeping on my legs as I type this, and every time I try to get up, he wakes up and sobs. So I'm stuck here for a while. We're going to try to go see his doctor as soon as this long holiday's over, and hoping this doesn't mess up any progress we've made. As for X, he officially changed his plea to guilty. We were waiting to see what that means because my lawyer said it could go several different ways, but that he'll likely get a lesser sentence because, well, we can start divorce proceedings sooner this way. Update number 3. She apologized for the outburst at the store and said that she was just upset seeing little one reach for her and me pull him away, and she lost her cool. She suggested I shop at an alternative store to avoid such a situation again. She also said that she's concerned about me possibly leaving the state with little one, and requested my sister send her a photo every week of little one, with a dated timestamp, or she'd be sending for an Amber Alert for kidnapping, of course, because the custody was not sorted out. Not how that works, but okay. She said her lawyer requested it from my lawyer too. My lawyer said that he did receive an email from her lawyer and is following up to check if it's actually from the lawyer. If not, he'll try to convince the other lawyer to report it and will suggest I file harassment charges. She went on to say that she's concerned about my mental health because I'm, quote, dealing with a lot. And she herself, quote, feels crazy sometimes. Oh yeah, you think? I'm shaking, guys. She could have dropped it after screaming at me in a crowded store, but she kept going. If it is fake, I'll be calling the police. I may try to even if it isn't. My lawyer doesn't think it'll go anywhere, but it may give us documentation to see if that happens. Edit. While writing this, lawyer called and said that the other lawyer did not send the email and, quote, does not have a client of that name. He believes the lawyer dropped Stabra after the stuff she pulled a bit ago. Police asked and I came to the station to file a report. Sister is emailing me screenshots and trying to get out of work to drive down. We'll update after going to the police station. Also, The whole text had a Thanksgiving theme. Sister told me she blocked her, but she did not, and has been screenshotting texts as they come. There have been 5 minor, "Hello, how is little one" text before this that she did not mention to me. She knows now to tell me about this stuff. Update number 4. So, big news. We've been granted what is essentially a temporary emergency restraining order until we go to court in a few days. They're really rushing us through at this point because of the events at the police station and immediately after. Also, sorry for not updating sooner. I know I promised to post right after the meeting, but I needed some time to take everything in. My mother and I waited at the police station for over an hour before we got to talk to someone because our case was not a priority amid some of the other stuff happening. Justifiable since lots of crazy stuff is going down, according to local news sites during this time frame. We went back and we were taken to the chief of police office, and he was not exactly happy to see us. I showed him the messages and informed him that we had sent C and D that she was choosing to ignore. I showed him documentation and explained she was impersonating a lawyer to harass us, which in my state is a crime. He waved us off, dismissing it as a civil matter until I said that. So thank you to whoever pointed that out, that this is in fact illegal to impersonate a bar-registered person. He looked through our literal stack of papers showing harassment and said he would be sending a car out to tell her to not contact me again, and that doing so would be considered harassment, which is a punishable offense. He said he would not arrest her for harassing me right then and there, but would keep copies of the information on this falsified lawyer letter in case the actual lawyer comes forward, and that I was welcome to go file for a restraining order, but he did not believe I would get one. He took down my information and sent me on my way, assuring me that one more contact from her would have consequences. The details are a bit blurry. I got them secondhand from a few angry relatives of Stabra who messaged me after the fact to tell me what a crappy person I am. The cops visit Stabra's house later in the evening because of the crazy stuff happening. Stabra claimed at first to have no knowledge of the text to my sister and showed her phone, from which she simply deleted them. She'd also conveniently been with her sister all day, who said she could not have possibly sent or deleted any messages due to her being there. The officer informed them he had evidence otherwise, and Stabra stuck to her guns. The officer told her to cut the crap and left. Sometime later, an intoxicated Stabra began making threats against her own life. She said she'd kill herself as she did not know little one was safe before bedtime, and that her entire life had fallen apart, so there's no point in trying to survive anymore without ex-stepfather-in-law and little one around. Her sister, who was also intoxicated, stayed there all night, filling Stabra's head with more stuff because she's even worse. To quote, make sure Stabra was okay. LOL, not what she's ever done. She hypes up people before confrontations for fun. After midnight, Stabra called what she believed to be my mother's phone number and got no answer. The number was actually just misdialed, but our apparent refusal to answer a call we never received from someone that we've legally pursued no contact with sent her over the edge. Stabra locked herself in the bathroom and informed her sister she was taking her life. Stabra has done this before, though. Usually, the person outside will bang on the door and plead with her, coaxing her out and making her feel better. I've done this, X has done this, my own ducking mother, who does not even like her's done this. Stabra's sister did not. She called 911. I don't know what happened after that, but Stabra's been out and put on a 24-hour hold with potential for a longer stay. She ended up being released to the care of the absent, until now, stepfather-in-law, with instructions to stay away from us. I cannot go into more details at this time, but we were told to file a restraining order ASAP, first thing Monday morning, and oh boy, we did. I've been typing since we left. As of right now, we have sort of emergency protection against her, and it'll likely become an order covering myself and little one for a year. At which point, it'll be reapproved or denied. My lawyer believes we have a good case for reapproval because she's proving her instability. Stabra is not allowed near us, and if she breaches this order, she's going to be arrested. We requested the tapes from the grocery store, by the way, but were informed that they were not available. My lawyer is pressing as to why, as it would be great help in our overall plan. If X gets any visitation, he may not bring little one near Stabra at all, due to her explosive temper. We are looking to make little one's order hopefully extend until he's 18, because after the details I've learned this weekend, I fully believe she would kidnap my child. She genuinely believes I'm evil incarnate, sent to destroy her family. I'll explain it all once the court case is over, if I'm allowed to. For now, I'll just be sharing an old Stabra story. Update number 5. First off, happy holidays. Little one and I had a great Christmas with only a couple of hiccups. X was released from jail. More or less, he got time served with mandatory counseling, purposely leaving out anything identifiable here and will not be answering questions about the court date. He did not reach out on Christmas at all, and we did get word that he's still attempting to give up his rights to him. I have no clue where he's staying and do not care. The divorce is moving along from here. Stabra ended up getting arrested herself on Tuesday. We got our restraining orders pushed through against her based on her actions a month ago. We also found out that she had essentially threatened my life and my mother's while having her meltdown directly to police officers. Tuesday, the day after Christmas, Mom and I decided to run to the mall to make a couple of exchanges. We did not see anyone there at all, that we knew at least, and just popped in and out while little one stayed home with my sister. When we got home, sister and little one went to lunch. On the porch were several gift boxes. They were all blank tagged but listed for little one by name in a handwriting that, well, I did not recognize. I opened them because I'm paranoid, and inside was a note, in the same handwriting detailing how much the gift loves little one, and how sweet and precious he is, and that if he ever needs anything, he knows where to go. It was signed from Stabra, but not in her handwriting. I called the police immediately, checking the camera we installed after the last blow-up. It was Stabra's sister. Stabra's sister was clearly visible placing the boxes. The police confronted her and she admitted to doing it for Stabra, because the restraining order prevents her from giving the gifts but not having them delivered. The officers explained that whatever Stabra had told her was bullcrap and that she was acting illegally. Stabra first played dumb, then eventually admitted to having the gifts delivered, breaking down in tears and begging to speak to me. I refused, she was arrested, and almost immediately bailed herself out. So, that's where we're at. Update number 6, final update. It's been a bit, so I thought I'd update. You guys were right. Stabra was following me. She ended up getting herself arrested again and spent 5 nights in jail before being released. She's apparently been doing it on and off since the breakup, just keeping tabs. The divorce is moving along. X has agreed to all my terms, so it's just a matter of going to court and getting it all settled. He disclosed that he's been cheating on me for quite some time with a work colleague, and that he wishes my blessings to be with her. I agreed because, well, I'm over it. It did sting, but it's over and done. He also still does not want to see little one. After X said he was moving with his girlfriend, I went on a date. A longtime friend invited me to dinner and drinks, and, well, after some pressure from Mom, I went. After dinner, we walked to the corner bar, had a couple drinks, then we walked me back to my parking garage of my car. When we got there, he kissed me on the cheek and said goodnight, and we agreed to go out again later that week to grab lunch. After he left the level, I started to go back out and saw Stabra's running to her car, red-faced. She started hammering on my passenger window and screaming. So I called the police and she did not leave, just kept screaming about how she's got me now and started kicking my door. The cops rolled up and she started shrieking about how adultery is illegal in our area and demanded that they arrest me. Instead, well, you guessed it, she got arrested. She consented to a search of her car because she smelled of alcohol, in which they found a notepad with notes listing what they believed to be my work hours and an outline of little one's school schedule, recess, lunch, whatever, basically whenever he's outside. Stabra basically openly admitted that she planned to snatch him while she was screaming at me, saying I'm a bad mother and that she's going to make sure he's growing up right. We're pushing for her to be held at a psychiatric ward, just because this level of crazy is out of character for even her. I reached out to X about her actions and he just responded with, "Ugh, keep me out of it, man." Other than that, it's quiet. I'm ducking paranoid now and scared and have no clue where she is or what she's doing. Little one has been pulled from school and my aunt's working to get everything set up to homeschool him. It's such a crap show. Any advice is really cool.